Welcome to another isolation vlog. As I have now officially spent my full 2 weeks of isolation. When I started this, I was kind of hoping that this would be all the time I needed to be isolated. I start to feel sick, so I took some time off work, and then I was like, okay, well maybe I can get back to work after that. But no, I am temporarily laid off. I do have a job waiting for me when this is all over, which is great. But unfortunately, in the meantime, I'm going to be jobless for a little while longer. So that kind of sucks. But of course, I know that this is not a unique situation. This is something that a lot of people are going through right now. So just gotta stay at home and ride this through and be strong and enjoy the online support community that we have. So I'm going to highlight a few things that are positives and negatives about this whole COVID thing right now. I'm gonna just a few personal grievances. This is the little flyer for the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo. Anyone who has watched this channel knows that I go to it every year, or at least the last 2 years, and want to go every year. It has officially been canceled from June 20th for this year, and then plans are to do it again next year, which I think is completely viable. The last couple of years, that was like the highlight of my year. I really like going to the Retro Gaming Expo. So that is unfortunate. But again, small price to pay for the general well-being. I'm not surprised in the least that it wound up being canceled because it's just such a big event. There's so many people from like out of town and stuff like that. It's the perfect breeding ground for COVID. Even if we got things kind of under control by June, events like that could kind of like make things spike again, because then you're getting people from different places all in a small area. Like it's just, yeah, I totally get why that's shut down. It just sucks, and I'm just voicing my grievances. Another thing that kind of sucks is that the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which I was really looking forward to, has been put on delay. It was supposed to actually ship out earlier this month. Now it's April. Earlier in March. It was supposed to ship out earlier in March. But unfortunately, that is not the case anymore. I think it was because China was on lockdown for so long, so they couldn't get all the parts they needed. I was hoping to do a whole video on it, comparing the TurboGrafx Mini with the Genesis Mini, which I have, as well as the two Nintendo Minis. But it'll all have to wait. Again, a very small price to pay, but it was something I was really looking forward to. I guess if you want like my personal life, my wedding with Allie has been postponed. We still plan on getting married, but the gathering of people, the big celebration has to be postponed to a later day. There just isn't an option anymore. May is coming up real soon, and honestly, I would rather put off the celebration and make sure all my friends and loved ones are safe than risk them because I want to have a party to celebrate. Yeah, anyways, those are some personal grievances. Life has just had to take a backseat, and we're just gonna have to wait. But one thing I want to highlight is that that is such a small price to pay. I have a friend on Facebook who has been kind of putting some things into perspective, is that even though like right now we are here, we're in isolation, it's boring. It really is boring. But honestly, like living in Canada, where we have a great healthcare system and we have nice secure homes, and the government is taking care of us as far as like trying to make sure that people don't get evicted or anything like that during this really hard financial time, as well as providing like an extra, like if we're out of work, it's not just EI, but it's like a fund in which we can recoup extra money in this time where employment is just too hard to come by. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but you have to remember, in so many other places in the world, it is not that good. It is really hard. My friend showed videos of things that are going on in Ecuador, and it was Ecuador in particular, where people are dying in their homes because they just don't have the access to healthcare, and they're just having to be brought out in the street. Not to be like a downer, I know nobody really wants to like come to YouTube for these reality checks, but I'm hoping that this will put some things into perspective, is that we have internet, we have healthcare, we have ways of working from home, we have ways of entertaining ourselves and keeping ourselves isolated and safe. Like that is an option for us. I'm not trying to be preachy, but we are really in a terrific situation. that really we could have only been in the last couple decades. I want to try and count my blessings. I do feel like, like we've got it good, all things considered. A couple highlights on some things that I've been watching for entertainment. I started watching. It's a Canadian show. It's called Kim's Convenience. It's very light, fun entertainment. A good, they're 20-minute episodes that you can just watch at the end of a night. It's on Netflix right now. It's not an amazing show, but it's good for some good laughs, and it's great. Sort of like, I'm gonna call it a night and just curl up in bed and watch a little something before I fall asleep. It's that kind of show. I watched this great doc. So this is called Not For Resale. I got it on Blu-ray, although it is available digitally as well. It's a great documentary about video game stores. Most of the stores are around the US, although it does have a store from Toronto. You know what? It's so funny is that I just can't imagine as a kid that I would have grown up and really like documentaries. It's great if you're interested in retro games, video game collecting. It's all about the discussion between like the advent of digital distribution of video games versus physical collecting, and I feel like it gives a very fair and balanced perspective and no firm answers, just sort of a lot of different people's points of view. So I highly recommend it. It's called Not For Resale, directed, produced, and edited by Kevin J. James. I was assuming he put in that extra J in there so people wouldn't think it was, directed by Paul Blart Mall Cop. I have just finished compressing the latest episode of Ali hasn't seen the Tick, so I'm gonna go and upload that now. So that'll be already up by the time this goes up, because that's how the magic world of editing works. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you up on a little bit more of what's going on real soon. So I'm playing Earthworm Jim because Airhammer suggested it.
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim. I love pixel art like this. Like that is just, it's beautiful to me. So yeah, I played this once a while ago. I got this from a friend named Paul, not Predacon Paul, but a different Paul, for a birthday ages ago, and I did play it a little bit, but I did him a disservice and really didn't pursue it much further than that. Ooh. Ow! Okay, I'm doing it bad. Okay. But yeah, it's been a while since I've played it. I didn't get very far. I honestly didn't try very hard. I feel kind of dumb about it. Oh. Cow launched, yay. So yeah, I just need to give this a proper go through. This really is a game that deserves. It's got a reputation. It deserves to be played. I love the art style of it. It's put together by an artist named Doug Tennepool. So already he gets bonus points for having a great name like Doug. And I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's Tennepool. I don't know, but anyway, it's that was sort of his claim to fame. He's still making games, actually, games and graphic novels and stuff like that. He's a talented guy. But yeah, I'm still coming across some of the same problems that I did when I was younger with this game. It's not nearly as intuitive, I think, as it should be, in my opinion. Getting places is a little bit of a chore. I don't know, it's not bad, but it just doesn't control all that great. Either that or I'm just doing something stupidly wrong, which, you know what, let's not rule that out. Sometimes I feel like I need to come to terms with the fact that maybe I'm not very good at video games. It's like the ones I grew up with I'm great at, but then when it comes to picking up new games, I'm just not that good. And I think it's because I just took such a long break from playing video games. Like most of my teenage years, see, I can get up that way. No, teenage years I played a little bit of GameCube, but my early 20s, I just kind of lost interest in video games altogether. It wasn't until I kind of got back in the retro gaming community that I really started to get back into it. And again, I still don't really care for too many newer games. Maybe I'm just terrible at this. Yippee! Okay, cool. I made him go yippee, so it couldn't be that bad. But I will, I might stand by my statement of that there's a bit of a quality of life functionality problem with Earthworm Jim. Okay, bells are bad. Gotcha. Okay, okay. Yay! See, what separates these tires from the other tires that I can't jump on? Like, I can jump on one, but not the other. I don't know. Ow! Ow! Okay. Come on, Doug, suck less. Suck less. Okay. What I actually really liked was the Earthworm Jim show. The cartoon I thought was terrific. I wonder if it still holds up. Allie hasn't seen The Tick, just went up recently, and The Tick held up really good. So if you're looking for nostalgic shows to watch with your kids or your significant other, I do recommend The Tick for sure. Yeah, I wonder if Earthworm Jim is just as funny. I was actually looking for the DVD of Earthworm Jim to show Allie or just it's a good thing to have. It's good to go back. I was going to buy it, but then I guess the copy that I was looking at for a long time was sold. So there's 2 copies of the complete Earthworm Jim I have been able to find. On eBay, it is for over $100. On Amazon, it's over $300. And let me tell you, if you think I'm going to spend over $300 on the complete series of Earthworm Jim, you're out of your mind. I absolutely refuse to ever spend that much money on any. No DVD is worth it. I'm telling you right now. I'll find a better deal than that. I'll find something that doesn't feel like it's that there's someone's trying to like extort me. I give the game this. The enemies don't endlessly respawn, so that's really nice. It's gonna be like an extra life there. I don't know. Oh, I figured it. Yeah. All right. Ah, yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I'll do a lot better if I suck less. Yes, see what I tell you. I'm very cool. I'm very cool. Ah, I gotcha. Okay. I'm not gonna survive this. Oh. Why is he barfing up fish? That's just kind of weird, isn't it? Like, just fish. Just whole fish. So at some point, he ate a lot of fish. He forgot to chew. And he's just barfing it up. That just sounds like my cat. Yes. Ah, why the fish? Why the fish? Well, come on. Come on. There we go. That was me failing Earthworm Jim. I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely. But I'm gonna leave it there for now. For the recording it. See you later. Okay, so yeah, I played some Earthworm Jim, and it was. Think it will just require a lot of time and exploration to get any good at it. Now, I did beat that first level. See, right here. But then, yeah, I went to the level that takes place in hell, And visually, it's amazing. I love seeing Evil the cat do his little like dance in the background. I don't know what it is about that, but I just find that so oddly compelling. But it's a game that's going to require a lot of practice before I could get any further. Because there's a place, I don't know, somewhere in hell I just couldn't figure out where to go. Or heck, I think it's heck is where, because it says what the heck. And then I just fell down a hole and died. So the next batch of games is from the Sega Genesis. I love the Sega Genesis. I didn't grow up with one, but that's maybe why I have such a fondness for it right now. It was always the console that other people had that I didn't. I don't know, I just discovered a lot of really great games on it. So, should I play Streets of Rage 2? Not for resale. I don't know, that's one of those games that I think that everyone talks about and raves about, one of the quintessential beat-em-ups. Keeping with platformers, Cool Spot. Back when 7-Up somehow got their little mascot video game, because that was the 90s for you. I mean, he had sunglasses, so he was really cool. It was even in his name, Cool Spot. Or Echo the Dolphin, which is a sort of underwater, not platformer, underwater exploration kind of game, which I remember seeing first in a Disney Adventure magazine and just thinking the graphics were incredible in it. 16-bit glory. Anyone else remember Disney Adventures? They were little kids magazines. Anyway, yeah, I still have some of those somewhere. I'm gonna call it a day here. I think it's just time for me to wrap it up, and I guess I'll start editing this up pretty soon. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Remember to wash your hands and stay inside and get lots of sleep while you can. Alright, thank you. Have a good one.